this is a really cool wine. It's made by one of the Northern Rhone's great winemakers, Yves Cuilleron, who's a young enough chap, I guess, but he's been very well established in the Northern Rhone for a number of different reasons, and one of them just high quality of traditional villages and wine styles, which is great. Another one is uncovering new parts of the super Northern Rhone, if you like, so outside the famous bits of Cornas and Côte-Rôtie, and so further up in the Siswell region, and amazing wines that come from there, as well as single grape varietal whites, especially these Marsanne is ridiculously delicious, and other things that slightly break the mold. So yes, very good making the traditional wine village style wines, but also some extraordinary things that are done outside of those parameters, and this is one of those wines, just made from Syrah and just picked from very high altitude vines, and sort of grown on granitic and alluvial soils, so very free draining, but because they face south, he gets amazing sunshine exposure to them, and the ripeness is brilliant, but retains freshness because of the high altitude. So once the grapes are picked by hand, almost entirely, they are very gently crushed and macerated for about 2 weeks, fermented malolactic fermentation, so that takes away some of the kind of complete zingy freshness to make it a bit smoother, and then it goes into oak barrels, a combination of oak barrels, for about 6 months, so slightly less than some of the other wines that he makes, but that doesn't and it's not really to give it an oaky flavour, it's just to kind of soften off the edges a little bit more and to allow the structure of the fruit really to shine through, and that's what he's really about, is really high quality fruit. This stuff is brilliant. So Vigne de la Côte, and it's of the hill, or Côte, of the slopes of the hills, and you really get that sense of freshness and vibrancy from what is really just south of Beaujolais, more than it is, say, close to the Côte de Rhône that you might imagine. Inexpensive Rhône wines from Côte de Rhône, 20 quid, get you really good Côte de Rhône Village, yeah, for sure. But that's right down in the south, around Châteauneuf-du-Pape and those styles. This is a long way from that, and as I say, much closer to Lyon and to the Beaujolais than it is to Marseille and the Southern Rhône. The thing to notice about this is that it's from 2020, which is very, very young by comparison to most of the wines that we're drinking, unless they're whites. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Just it's going to be really fresh and really vibrant. So I would always encourage maybe to decant a glass of it first. Not decant it, pour it, but don't drink it. Leave it for a couple of minutes, just give it a shake around, and any of the sort of gaseous nature of a youthful wine will dissipate, and that's absolutely lovely. And on the palate you get really bright flavours, as in they're bright and textural, so you get fresh fruits, but they're dark fruits. So blackberries, black currants, damsons and plums, fresh picked, and a lot of that kind of overripe flavours, not overripe, but really ripe, super ripe flavours, and absolutely delicious. And because it's Syrah, you do get a lovely little lick of licorice at the back as well, which I love to bits, and I hope that you do too.